Good morning. I pulled your Blender file up. I was going to try to write what I was going to do, but you got so much going on here that's just it's going to be tough. Anyway, your immediate problem is apparently your workflow. It's got goofed up. I'm not sure what you were using. From your comments, the best I can surmise is that you were pushing stuff down to the NLA and playing around with that, and got yourself kind of messed up a lot. So first I'm going to just kind of explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all your stuff back in the Action Editor. Okay, the Action Editor is just that. It's one editor. When you push it down, you push it to another editor called the NLA. Okay, the difference is the NLA, the nonlinear editor, it's for blending actions. Like in your game engine, you know, you walk and then you kind of stop and you idle around, and then maybe you do some other action, but the NLA, if you look at it, it's a stack. The one on top is the top dog. However, if you have an action in your Action Editor, it is the top dog of the NLA, so it's going to go first. So NLA goes from top to bottom. So let me just kind of move some of this stuff around here. Whoops. I'm going to just kind of maybe clean up this a little bit so it's a little more user friendly. I'm going to set your NLA up here just to show you what you've done. When you push stuff down, you push it down here and it reads first whatever's in your Action Editor, and whatever's in your Action Editor may or may not be controlled by what's in your Graph Editor, so they're kind of all related, and then it's going to read from top down. So on this particular Blender, you have a couple different armatures, it looks like. One called Armature Action, the other called Controller, which has armature actions on it too. So I'm not going to get into your rig and how you rigged it and all that. Someone else can probably help you better on that. I wouldn't rig it that way, but that's me. So anyway, when you push it down over here, you're kind of getting yourself messed up, because you got turn right, turn left, and you know you're saying first do this, then do this, then do this, then do this. But if I have a keyframe here, it's going to override everything coming down. That's the way NLA is. Usually you're spacing stuff out in the NLA. Like you do an action and then maybe you do an attack, so you'd slide this down your timeline to do that action. So you got this kind of goofed up. You've got okay, you've got your Action Editor here, or your dope sheet. You know, take a look at your dope sheet and you'll see. I'm just going to collapse a couple of these things. And you got this armature and this armature competing with each other, or being similar, if you would. The way you rigged it, probably get away with it. So, all right, we'll let that go. Okay, now you got a mess going on over here. Okay, so like when you mute these, it's just going to do this action because it's, see what it's. Now let's play a game here to get this straightened out. Okay, first of all, you want your actions back. You don't want them in the NLA, so I'm just going to X these, and that puts them back. They may or may not have been saved when you saved it, but we'll get to that in a minute. So let's get, I don't know what this one is. You got one called Pistachio 1, whatever. Okay, I think that pretty much is it. This one here hasn't been pushed down. This is your one that you have sitting right here called opening. Alright, so let's get rid of that one. Alright, now all these, any with a 0, if you want to keep it, just click that. So I'm going to make sure I save all your actions. Okay, this one not saved. Alright, looks like we got all your actions saved here. Alright. So now we don't have anything in the NLA, and your thing is still moving. And the reason it's still moving is you've got it over here in your graph editor, and you have somehow told your graph editor. Now this could be a bug, but you have told your graph editor, hide this thing. I don't know, sometimes this will fix it. There, that fixed it. There it is. So you got armature action came back here, and that's the one that is in there, or at least is one of them. Alright, so let's get rid of that one. Okay, you're neutral now. So now your workflow should be, I want to work on attack. You pull up attack. Now you'll see that. I'm done with it. Click the X. Don't push it down. Closed. Whatever that is. That must be something you did. I'm not sure what all your things are. Some of them work, some of them don't work. Opening. Alright, that looks like got that one kind of going. So that's how you use your action editor. Now, if you are going to use your nonlinear, typically, if you're getting this ready for a game engine, what you would do is you put in, well, let's just do a quick one. Let's say, we'll do I don't know, is idle anything? You got something moving up there called idle. Not sure what that is, but just kind of, okay, let's say that you're going to do open and idle. And that's how you want to use this. So here's your opening. Alright, that okay, this opens. So the way you'd use your NLA, and let's get your start here on 1. You can also tell Blender, you know, don't go negative on me, you know, if you want to. It may help you a little bit. So anyway, let's say I want to do an opening, and I want, now is when I want to push this down to NLA, because I'm going to do a new one. So I push that down somewhere. Here it is. So now it's opening. Alright. Now next I want to do an idle. So I pull up my idle and I'm going to push it down. Now you're going to have to move your timeline now. So idle overrides opening. So depending on how you got your keyframes, some of it may work, some of it may not work. Okay, there's idle working, and okay. what you'd be doing is you, and I always put a few tracks up in the top of mine. Let's put this on where I like it. In your you probably want to move this one up and this one down if you can, because what you'd say, you want to move this one over to your highlight, that one, and then you want to blend these two together, and that's when you see your blend here, that's what that is. Blend in, blend out. So this one I'm going to blend out, blend in. There's a little line there. It's real hard to see, but there's a little line there. The same with this one. So and so your thing would play here. So if you want to see this one, okay, and that's playing okay, and then you want to do this one, that's playing okay. So yeah, it just kind of moves a little bit thing. So we now want to do these tracks, and I'm not sure what you got going on some of these things, but alright, let's say, okay, so now I have an opening and I want to blend my idle in or out. I'm going to move this just a little bit here if I can get a hold of it. This is what you use your NLA for, not for storing actions. You can, but I mean, it's going to goof things up. So now you want to blend in this particular action, or you want it to extend it, or do something else with it. You can read about the NLA. You can do all kinds of crazy things, or you want to cycle, maybe does an idle and then closes or something. You can reverse that particular one there. You can duplicate it. See, let's move it down here. After we get done doing that, maybe we want to reverse it. Okay, this is going to hold these things open if that's what you want to do, or if you want to do anything you want to take over on idle, you could do that. And again, you're replacing whatever keyframes are on top here, and that's how you blend those things in, blend those things out. So this one. Okay, so these are going to go together to blend in. One's coming down, one's going out. Kind of hard to see, but that's what the NLA is for. There you go. Do that one, and then maybe you want to reverse this one. Let's set this blend to 0. Would be the end of it. And maybe idle. You just say hold. It's going to just hold that unless something overrides it up here. That's what that's for. Okay, but we want to reverse this, so we're going to go the opposite way. So this opens up, this idle a little bit, and then we close it back up again. Alright, now that I've got that, I want to bake that into an action. So I bake it, and you can look that up. Okay, that's what the NLA is for. But if you're not using NFLA, you just delete these. I'm just Xing them. Get rid of them. Okay, so now I'm back to neutral. But I still have all my actions. Okay, here's that second one there, and maybe I don't need that, so I put it on there, but I may not need that. That's the one that reversed. Remember, I duplicated the opening, so I'll just leave that one. If I save and open this, it'll be gone because it has 0. That zip means nobody owns this, so when I close it, it goes away. That's the way Blender works. Hopefully this helps you. And pardon my breathing, I got some breathing issues, and that's all I have.